Hello? I mean, I should be streaming now. Okay? But where's my. Oh my god, I'm stupid. It's literally not real. I mean, my voice is really choppy. Oh my god. Wait, hold on a minute. What if I just turn it down a bit? Hello? I mean, should be good, no? Like, yeah? No, it's kind of whatever. I mean, it's so bad actually. Fuck. Hold on, what if I just do this? No, it's so much worse. Fuck. I really don't know. How about this? Oh my god. I didn't want that. Shit, what am I supposed to do? Anyway, wait, where is it? Oh, there's it. There it is. Hello? Why can I fix this? That like would be simple, no? I just need to do something about this. Is it because I'm clipping? Probably. What if I do this? Am I still clipping? Or not? Maybe if I... No? Wait, what am I supposed to do? Hold on. Like, okay, you know what? I can play while listening to myself. Wait, I'm so not loud. How? How? Oh my god. What do you mean? Oh, I'm actually somewhat. It's kinda unreal. What is that new? My god. Oh shit, that's great actually. I mean, yeah. So what am I supposed to do again? I think farming. I think farming this now. But honestly, I don't really know. But I'm pretty loud. What if I do this? How about now? I mean, it's kind of weird. I think there's too much saturation on this. Let me disable view. I don't need this much saturation, no? Like, yeah. I can do this now. Can hear me now. Good. Fuck. Okay, how about this? How about this? How about now? Yes. Oh, that's too loud. What am I doing that? Dude. Ah, my god. This is so complicated. Honestly, I'm just trying to listening. Why is my word not forming correctly, dude? Is it my like I'm trying to say something, but maybe my mod is not actually doing it. Maybe it's the I also don't know. What the fuck? Hello? Are you fine? You fine? You are not fine, dude. Come on. I need to monitor my streaming. Like, I don't really know. The delay is getting really bad on this. I'm turning down something that. What is it though? I need to. This is not working. Like, what if I do that? Hello? Test 1, 2, 3. Oh my god. Look at this, dude. Anti-pull? That's amazing. Anyway, we're done. Tomorrow is scheduled. Wait a minute. Yes. I mean, is this greater or gooder? In your opinion? I'm just fucking page. This is a thought on my YouTube channel now. I'm testing my audio. Oh my god, that's actually pretty embarrassing. Although you can't even hear me at this point. It is so bad. The delay is kind of bad. The shit. Oh my god. I mean, you can hear me. What am I saying? God damn it. What am I doing? Let me change something. How about this? How about this? How about this? Please? Please tell me it's good. Please. My god. How about this, guys? Really, what about this? What about this? I mean, no. Not good. It's not good. Why though? Why? Hello? Is this gooder? Is this better? Delay the delay. Let me refresh. Maybe. I'm sorry, guys. Honestly, I don't really know at this point. Hello? Okay. Fuck. Fuck me, dude. Shit. How about this? I mean, it's pretty decent. It's decent. I mean, yeah. Let me. I need a word for this. Hard? 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 Wait a minute. Maybe. Maybe I just. Okay. Can you hear? Can you now? That's. I mean, how is this? How is this? And this? Is this better? It's kind of worse. But now it's kind of. Okay, I mean, not that I care. How about if I change this? So what about this? How about this? How about how about now? Is this better? It's kinda not. Like oh my god, Stitch. Yeah, it's kinda bad. Oh my god. Let's keep it at yep, this one. Maybe this better? Maybe this is better? Let's try. I mean oof. This is kinda weird. My voice, my audio, I mean. It's pretty decent now. I think I'm keeping this. Let me You know what? You know what? You know what? This is pretty good. Like hell yeah. I mean, sometimes I might be quiet. No, that's actually pretty loud. Wait, this good. Actually, yeah. Oh, Archon, you hear me? I mean, Shota, I mean, this is why you know what? This is why I'm here actually. This is why I'm doing Komimi in Inazuma. You know what? My voice is kinda better now. I mean, it's not great, but it's passable. See that great there? It's kinda fucking pitch. Or is that just me? Or is that just me though? Fuck, did I pick the wrong option? I think I have the... Oh my god, I'm so... Shut up, bitch. Fuck, yeah, I done this place already. Yep, it's just my mouth, dude. My mod cannot comply with... Like literally hell. I mean, if... I will not... I don't know... Oh, fuck. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. I'm done hearing myself. Fucking bitch. Hello, we love Scott 29. Why did I just call you out like that? Like... Anyway, bye. Oh my god. My god. I forgot to... Shit. Hello? I forgot to change... Fuck, what the fuck, dude? That's not what I want. Bitch. My god. This is so funny. I was... You know what? I think my audio is pretty good now. It's decent. Like I said, it's not passable. I mean, it's passable, maybe. For me at least. In my phone, that is. I don't know if... You know what? I don't know if... I can speak, sorry. I don't know if on other device it will be great or what, but I mean, it will be... I don't know.
The wind knows me. Clouds
Oh yeah.
We've only just begun.
I don't know if... Hold on. Let me wear my audio. If I can I take it off to hear my stream better. This is kinda ridiculous. You're kinda cheating, mate. I was not focused. Oh my god. I'm kinda annoying. My god. It's kinda fun. I think I'm having my manic episode again, which is... I mean, it's better than drugs, even though I never tried one. The ecstasy you feel is so amazing. It really stop. You just wanna laugh. You can't even formulate words. You can't even formulate sentence anymore. It's awful, dude. It's awful. I mean, I'm I mean, it's funny. My brain is starting off actually. Oh my god, this is great. I cannot stop smiling. The shit. Fucking page. Why? What is this calling me? Shit. Come on. Faster, faster. You kid, you kid. You kid, mate. You kid. Oh my god. Almost fall. Almost fought. What is fought? Oh my god, no. Where is the other? Oh my god. I miss so much. Where is the other one? Where is the other one? Come on now. Like, wait, am I still using... Hold on, let me check my audio. I mean, I don't use NVIDIA. Annoying. Fuck. I mean... Should I open it up again, dude? And I forgot to open up my FitUp Studio too. Oh my god. This is so chaotic, you know? I mean, oh my god, I'm so high of my own. Did it just completely destroy Genshin sounded? I think I need to fix that. That's my sidechain is kinda sidechain. Fuck, I can't speak. I don't know English, okay? I don't speak English. My bad. Yeah. I mean, okay, it's whatever, dude. You don't need to hear it anyway. If it's not that important. Maybe it is. I'll up it a bit, no? Maybe 20, 24, 25? No. Negative 20, maybe? That's pretty good. Let me change everything so it stay uniform. This one. Yep. That's it though. I have only 3 scenes for my stream. For gameplay, whatever.
Our bond is
Anyway. I'm
One with nature.
I swear that if this audio is not possible, if it even slightly below that threshold, I'm gonna Fuck. Oh my shit. Is that it? That's done. Okay. Tomorrow is a greater Sparksy. Maybe I'm testing my audio too a bit. Add that to that stream too. Why not? Why not at this point?
Thank you for
Why not? Like, why not now? Actually, why not now? Why not now? This is great. My god. Hello? Shit, bitch. Test 1, 2, 3. Is this better or worse? How about now? I mean, I don't get it. I don't get the difference. Maybe I do. How about now? I mean, it's quieter, I think, but that's not what I changed. So what is wrong? Wait, maybe if I up my gain a bit? Oh. Let's try this. Hello? I mean, it's decent. Although if I max my volume, it's pretty bad. Fuck, it's leaking. This is ridiculous. This is so funny though. And this will be forever on YouTube, right? Not even deleted in 7 days. I uploaded this, dude. Fuck. Fuck. What am I doing? Okay, I'm quiet again. How about this? Fuck this. How about this? Okay? This is it's so bad.
Just let me know if you ever find yourself in a pinch. I can help you
How
out.
about this? How about this? I mean. Oh my god. Why am I so heavy? Oh my god. What the fuck? Dude, that's love is awful. Oh my god, I'm so high, you know. I'm so manic right now. Oh my god. Wait. Fuck. Let's go. I can hear myself. This is so fun. Actual fun, dude. My god. God damn it, dude. That's it, I'm uploading this immediately.